We have made it to season number 4 of the Golden State Warriors MyNBA franchise here on NBA 2K25. As I mentioned in the last episode, uploads here are going to be a little inconsistent over the next couple of weeks as we continue to break open the Chicago White Sox franchise. Episode 2 of that will be uploaded tomorrow. But I didn't want to wait too long to start the season because I'm really excited to see what this new look roster can do. With Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler retired, it's a very different looking team. Our offseason started with the draft. We did not have a first rounder this year, but we moved up into the second round for Osborne Outeridge, a raw 6'10" forward with some shot making and secondary creation upside. He's a versatile defender, but he's got a long ways to go in his development and probably will not be in the rotation really at all this year. That would then bring us to free agency. There were two super big fish this year. Nikola Jokic re-signed with the Nuggets as expected, while Giannis signed with the Warriors for about 2 minutes. And then he switched up on us. He decided to return to Milwaukee after agreeing to a contract with us in principle, and it really screwed us over because we were starting to plan our team around building around him. We also were unable to sign Jaden Ivey, who we had also offered a contract to, and he ended up returning to Milwaukee with Giannis. So that certainly did not work out for us. I also thought about the idea of potentially making a big trade, but I decided to stand pat. Guys like Bam Adebayo and Ja Morant may very well still be available closer to the trade deadline if their teams are struggling. Zion Williamson, meanwhile, did get dealt. He ended up going to the Raptors, and I really thought about trading for him, but I felt like the price was too steep, and we would have a lot more flexibility by not making a move right now. If we were to make a trade for a guy like Zion, we would be putting our cards to the front. But this way, we can hold on to some of our picks and all of our young assets. And if the team is not performing up to how I hope at the trade deadline, we can still go out and make a big move then. But at least we can get this core a shot. Rather than going out and getting a star, we added some veterans in free agency to fill out the roster with Zach Edey, D'Angelo Russell, and Saddiq Bey. Edey might be the only guy in the league who can technically match up with Victor Wembanyama in a playoff series. D'Lo's going to give the backcourt an older guy to help lead the youngsters. We have a very young group of guards. Saddiq Bey is going to give us some shooting and defense. And then Jabari Springer also agreed to an extension. He was not a guy I wanted to let go of after his great playoff run last year. So that now poses the question of what the rotation is going to look like. I think over these next 30 games, the number one thing we're going to try to figure out is who the number one option is going to be. Because there are 4 or 5 different players it could end up being. I think Antoine Saliz is the best scorer on the roster. I think Jonathan Kuminga is the best player. I think Brandon Ingram is the most established guy on the team. I think Roman Loggins-Burrell is the most upside. And Kajai Stokes had a huge offseason. He went up 4 or 5 rating points. So it really could be any of these guys. I think Ingram and Kuminga are the only surefire starters, and everybody else will be starting based on the matchup. So, for instance, if we're playing a team like Minnesota and I want a faster, quicker guard who can defend Anthony Edwards at a high level, someone like Roman Loggins-Burrell might get extra minutes in that game. So it's very much going to be dependent on matchups, along with who is playing well. If someone off the bench has 30, they're going to close out the game. We are going to add a couple free agents because our roster is open. So we're going to add Jonas Valanciunas, and then I figured with Klay Thompson sitting here, we might as well let him retire a Warrior rather than a member of OKC's G League team. I figured it wouldn't hurt to add some more older guys who have been experienced in the playoffs. Obviously, Klay Thompson has 4 championships. So it would make sense to bring in those guys to help lead the youngsters. I'm very curious to see where we are in the power rankings because this team really could go anywhere this year. We could be really good. We have playoff experience after last year, but maybe not having a number one option is going to hurt us. So this team could win 50 games. They could win 25 games. I really don't know. But I think that's what's going to make this season fun and interesting. So NBA.com has us at 21, although I think these power rankings are really bad. The Blazers at 22, the Raptors at 23. I cannot get behind that, especially with the Clippers, who might be the worst team in the NBA, even worse than the expansion teams, at 17. The Heat at 14 I can't get behind. I think they could be solid, but 14 feels a bit rich. But that's just the start because, I'm sorry, who is number 9? The Jazz. Don't even mind Atlanta, who has been pretty bad. I think they could be good this year, so I get them being kind of high. But the Jazz? I get their entire roster looks pretty different. 4 out of the 5 starters are new players, including 2 top 3 draft picks and 2 strong veterans. But they've had the worst record in the league 3 years in a row. How are they number 9? The other power ranking system also has us at 21, while 2K has us at 6. 2K says they are biased towards the big markets, which is very clearly true. Look who's at number 5. The Bulls, meanwhile, are at number 26 in the other power rankings. And for our draft pick, we are certainly hoping they play to the level of the 26th ranked team, because I've been banking on this pick becoming good for a few seasons now. So with that, we can get our season started, as our first 2 games of the year are against the Sacramento Kings. These guys have a very strangely constructed roster, but I think it works. They made the playoffs last year as the number 6 seed, and they got better in the offseason. Dennis Gordon's rating went up quite a bit. He averaged 20 a game last year. I think he's going to be an all-star this year. They added DeJounte Murray and Trey Murphy via trade from the Pelicans, and they've got a good group of veterans with Lauri Markkanen, DeAndre Ayton, Dennis Carter. One of their first-rounders last year, Caden Howard, his rating went up quite a bit. Nova Colson, the talented young guard in his second year out of Colorado. This Kings team is really coming along nicely together, even if, again, their roster is built kind of strangely. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but some of the players on our team, they look a little bit different. I figured, why not change things up, since pretty much everything else about this team is different. The roster, the uniforms, so why not change some appearances around, shake things up a little bit as we take a look at our lineups. For the Warriors, it'll be Kajai Stokes, who only started, I think, in 2 games last year, along with Antoine Salis, Brandon Ingram, Jonathan Kuminga, and Adem Bona at the 5. A new era in Golden State. Jimmy Butler is gone, and Stephen Curry, who has been here for the last 18 years, is also gone. Gonna feel weird not having him on this team, but the show must go on. Sacramento wins the tip, and we are underway. Welcome to Season 4 of the Warriors franchise as Dennis Gordon, the third-year pro hailing from France, is in for the layup, acquired in the De'Aaron Fox trade back in Season 1. Kuminga on the drive, pump fake out to Stokes for 3. That one is good. It's going to be a big second year, I think, for Kajai Stokes. Showed some flashes last year as a rookie out of Marquette. Gave us some good minutes in the playoffs. Now he's running the show as the point guard. Ingram misses the floater, marking it with the rebound, and here comes Sacramento. Gordon, pull-up 3 is good. Stokes was expecting him to drive. Instead, he goes for the shot. Dennis Gordon with the first 5 for the Kings. Bona sends it over to Jonathan Kuminga on the drive. Layup is good, but he gets called for the charging foul. DeAndre Ayton able to set his feet in time, and the and 1 will not go. Murray sidestep 3. Salis is fooled as DeJounte Murray connects on the triple. Salis brings it up. He's going to have a lot of primary playmaking and ball handling duties this year. Swings it out to Jonathan Kuminga, who hits the left wing 3, and that'll make it 8-6. Murray, jumper on the move is no good. Adem Bona with the rebound, and here comes Golden State. Ingram swings it out to Kuminga. Pump fake. Ingram dishes and assist inside for the big fella. Adem Bona with the throwdown, and we are knotted up at 8. DeJounte Murray with it inside for Ayton. He hits the mismatch with Brandon Ingram. Ayton will look to take advantage, and he does. The hook shot is good, and Sacramento now leads 12-8. 6 to go in the first. Here is Stokes getting around the screen. Stokes on the drive. Contested layup is good. If Stokes can improve as a finisher, I think he can become a really well-rounded offensive player, because I think the rest of his repertoire as a scorer is there. Look at this matchup. Too easy for Lauri Markkanen. Not a whole lot Antoine Salis could have done there, and it's 16-10. Stokes off the screen, takes it himself. Layup is good. Another nice finish for Kajai Stokes. 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting, and it's 16-12. The second unit starting to trickle in. Here's Loggins-Burl. Gordon off the nice pass by Trey Murphy. Good cut off the ball. Gordon showing on and off ball versatility there as Brandon Ingram sinks the contested 3, and the lead is within 3. Making a 4-point lead now. Here's Caden Howard, second-year big man out of Arkansas, as it poked away by D'Lo, picked up by Stokes, and here comes Golden State. Stokes inside, Russell, layup is good, and D'Angelo Russell gets his first points back as a Warrior. Had a short stint here in 2019 and 2020. Russell, pump fake, swings it out. Loggins-Burl, mid-ranger is good. And the second-year pro out of Iowa State is on the board. Missed some time in the playoffs last year with an injury, but he played in all 82 regular season games, starting in around half of them. Gordon, Euro step, nice pass out to Markkanen. Inside for Howard, back to Gordon. Shot clock winding down. Gordon over to Howard, layup is off the mark. Howard with the rebound. Excellent ball movement on this possession by Sacramento. Here is Carter now around the screen for three. The Friar, Devin Carter, connects on the triple, and it's 24-20. Here's Stokes. He's looked really impressive here in the first quarter around the screen. Three on the move is no good. Edey unable to get to the basket quickly for the rebound, but he steals it away. Zach Edey pokes it out. He finds Roman Loggins-Burrell in for Stokes. Pump fake, gets Gordon to bite, and the floater is good for Kajai Stokes, who's in the double figures here in the first quarter. Layup is no good. Gordon completely smoked it. Bay out to Edey for Stokes. His three rattles in. 13 of the first 25 points for Golden State by Kajai Stokes, and he's done it on good shooting. He's played the entire game so far for the Warriors. As I said, we're going to reward guys if they're playing well. Not a great play there by Stokes. He gets fooled by the DeJounte Murray pump fake. Murray misses. Ball is tipped by Stokes into the hands of Loggins-Burrell. 40 to go in the first quarter. Loggins-Burrell on the drive, slipping and sliding for the slam. Loggins-Burrell is just so savvy. His ability to move quickly around the basket is very impressive at his size. Stokes gets the handoff from Edey and misses the layup. Sacramento will get the last shot with 6 to go in the quarter. Gordon has it on the drive, swings it out. DeJounte Murray for three. That one is no good. That'll wrap up the first quarter. A defensive battle so far. Both offenses starting slow. Although some guys individually are playing well. Stokes has 13. DeJounte Murray has 11. Dennis Gordon has 8. And Brandon Ingram has an and one. Devin Carter called for the foul. Kind of a slow start for B.I. as he is back on the board. Shot clock winding down. Nova Coulson pulls a three, and it's good! Nova Coulson, second-year guard from the University of Colorado, buries the triple over D'Angelo Russell. 31-30, lead is short-lived as Jonathan Kuminga is in for the layup. He's got 5. Coulson gets around the screen, looking to get by D'Lo. Coulson, another late three, and that one is good! Quick start off the bench for Nova Coulson. He's got 6. 36-32. Look at this mismatch. Too easy. Oh, he missed it! But Springer tips it back in. Good job there by Jabari Springer to recover off the miss. I would have not been pleased with him if he failed on the post-up with Devin Carter, but he makes up for it by getting the putback. Coulson off the pump fake inside. That is too easy. Nova Coulson here in the second has 10 points on 4 of 4 shooting. He's playing out of his mind so far for the Kings. Trey Murphy around the screen. His three is good. Part of the DeJounte Murray deal with the New Orleans Pelicans this offseason, who, of course, are starting a new rebuild. Ayton gets it over to Dennis Gordon. His three no good. Ball is tipped off the mark. Howard again. Third time is the charm. Caden Howard, the big fella, 7'3", using his size to his advantage there. Salis around the screen. His three is no good. It's been a rough start for Antoine, missing his first 5 shots as Springer gets the rebound back. Loggins-Burrell was already trying to get down defensively. He swings it over to Brandon Ingram. Ingram, turnaround, fadeaway, beauty! Brandon Ingram connects with the back of the net. He's got 8. 47-39. Salis hands it off to Jonathan Kuminga, who's trapped. Out to Salis. His three is good. And finally, Antoine Salis is on the board. It took a while. Now 1 for 6 from the field. He's got to pick it up. Howard brings it himself. He can handle the ball a little bit for a guy as big as he is. 49-42. Here is Gordon with it. Nice drive. Nice finish over the extended arm of Zach Edey. 51-42. Here is Stokes back in the game. Team high 13 points. Looking to get by Gordon, and he lobs it for the big man. Zach Edey with the throwdown. Zach Edey barely had to get off the ground. That looked effortless. It's going to be easy to throw lobs to him, I feel like. 51-47. Gordon on the drive. Swings it over to Ayton. No good. Nice defense by Edey. How did he not get the rebound? My brother in Christ, you are 7'5". Gordon, the point guard, ends up with the rebound. He swings it over to Ayton, who hits the jumper. Stokes, mid-ranger, is good. That shot was automatic for Kajai Stokes in the playoffs. He was not missing from the mid-range, and he now has 15 points. DeAndre Ayton with it. Around a minute and a half to go in the second quarter. Lauri Markkanen. Nice play off the ball. He gets himself free, and he's in with the dunk. 6-point game. Nice block by Gordon. Stokes somehow had it back for a second. He caught it behind his back before losing it. Markkanen with the steal. Gordon out to Ayton, who jams it home. 57-49. The offense has had some rough patches today, and it's understandable. These guys are not used to playing without Steph. As Jonathan Kuminga hits the three off the assist by Stokes. 10 points for Kuminga. He shot the ball pretty well so far, 4 for 6 from the field. Here is Gordon around the screen. The Frenchman, oui, oui. He hits the three. Hey, that rhymed. I wasn't even trying to make the rhyme. 60-52 now. Stokes on the drive. Layup is up and in. 17 points for Kajai Stokes, continuing his very impressive first half. 60-54. Warriors looking for the last shot. It's Loggins-Burrell. Pump fake. Layup is good. Loggins-Burrell, perfect shooting. 3 for 3 so far. 4-point game. Gordon will heave it up from well past half court, and it nearly goes in. I feel like we dodged a bullet there. That took an unlucky bounce off the rim for the Kings. 60-56, Sacramento with the lead. Kajai Stokes leads the way for the Warriors with 17 points. 7 of 12 from the field, 2 for 3 from deep. As for the Kings, Nova Coulson had 12 in the second alone. Murray with 11, Gordon with 13. We got to get more, though, offensively. The three-point shot has not consistently been able to fall. We've had some rough patches, it feels like at times, as DeJounte Murray starts the third with a three. He did not score in the second, but he gets the first in this quarter as the Warriors turn it over. Here is Dennis Gordon looking to get by Stokes. On the drive, wow, he fakes the shot into a pass, and Murray connects on the line, too. That was a very nice move by Dennis Gordon. 65-56. Here is Stokes on the drive. Lobs it up for the big man. Adembona with the slam. Stokes is already at 5 assists per game. With him being the main point guard for this team, I really want to see him improve his playmaking, and he's done a good job so far tonight. Loggins-Burrell with the slam. The left-handed jam. He took an awkward fall going down, but it looks like he's fine, thank goodness. The last thing we need is a big injury in game 1 of the season. Dennis Gordon looking to get around the screen. 3 over Loggins-Burrell is good. Dennis Gordon, he's having himself a nice night. It'll make it 70-61. Loggins-Burrell swings it out to Kuminga. Right wing 3 is good for the come bucket. It's at 70-64. Gordon with it. Drives right side. Spin move. Swings it out to Trey, who hits the tray. Trey Murphy is a guy who I have talked about potentially acquiring through this team. Unfortunately, that's obviously not going to happen. But he's a really good fit for a contending team as your 5th starter. He can guard multiple positions. He can shoot the 3 ball. DeJounte Murray can do those 2 things as well. Guard at a high level and shoot the ball. He's got 19. Loggins-Burrell with the jam. He now has 15 points and still has not missed a shot from the field. He's playing very well here in the third. Gordon inside for Markkanen, and that one is off the mark. Good defense by Brandon Ingram. And here comes the Warriors down 7. D'Lo on the drive, takes it himself with a little rack attack. We're hoping for a little more out of D'Lo. While Stokes and Loggins-Burrell have been really good, D'Lo's been quiet, and Salis has been a legitimate liability. He's been horrible tonight. Loggins-Burrell with the rebound is 8th. Kuminga, pull-up 3 is good! Kuminga's shooting the 3-ball well tonight. If he can shoot it at a consistently high level, that could unlock a lot for this team. There's Bona with the block on Markkanen. He's got Salis, only 3 points. Step-back jumper for Antoine is good. He needed to get that make pretty badly. I think he was 1 of 8 before that shot. We're tied at 76, a 9-0 run for the Warriors. Nice pass. Murray for 3, no good. And the Kings cannot seem to buy a bucket right now. 5 on 4. Markkanen on the other side of the floor in pain. Bona has the mismatch. Bey cuts inside, and he is fouled. And will shoot 3 throws for the lead. But the concern right now for the Kings belongs to Lauri Markkanen grabbing at his ankle. That is not good news. The Kings have not scored in nearly 3 minutes, as Bey would make 1 at the line for the lead. There's Edey with the block on the miss by Coulson. Stokes swings it out for Saddiq Bey. He's got Edey out to Salis. Looking for the screen. Salis with the release from deep. An 11-0 run for the Warriors. They're up 80-76. That shot is blocked. Springer with the snuff. It's a block party. Bey out to Stokes. Heat check. Bang! Nobody is missing for the Warriors. a 14-0 run for Golden State. It's been nearly 4 minutes since the Kings last scored. Finally, they're back on the board. Devin Carter hits the jump shot. 85-78. Shot clock unplugged for Sacramento. It has been a rough third quarter for them, with Lauri Markkanen getting hurt, to allowing a 14-0 run that currently sits as a 16-2 run. Colson guarded by Stokes, trying to get something here in isolation. Nice drive at the buzzer. It's blocked again! Zach Edey with the snuff. That's the fourth block of the quarter for the Warriors. Everybody ate. Nobody individually scored more than 8 points, but everybody was making their shots. It was a team effort. There's a lot of balance with this squad, and we saw it there in the third. Stokes out to Springer. Thought about the shot, instead looking to take advantage of the matchup. Goes for the lefty turnaround, and it's good. Looking like his pops there with the left hand. Nice play there by Jabari Springer. The Canes only shot 29% from the field in the third as they hit the corner three from Nova Colson. They need to shoot more threes. 4 for 10 from deep in the third quarter, but just 3 for 14 from 2. Stokes, open three. That one is good. Kajai Stokes now has 23 points tonight as it's 90-81. Colson with it. He's been very impressive in the limited playing time he's gotten. Jumper is good. Colson hasn't even played 10 minutes, yet the guy has like 20 points. I'm not sure why they're not giving him more run. Colson guarded by Adem Bona, looks to take advantage of the matchup, and he does! In for the layup. Look at the bottom right, though. Lauri Markkanen, severe ankle sprain. It's going to keep him out for at least a month. Not good news here on opening night for the Kings. Salis takes advantage of the matchup with Howard. That's barbecue chicken, baby. Salis has had a good second half. I give him credit. He's really bounced back after a rough start. Colson, Euro step, layup is good. He has been the catalyst of the offense when he's been in the game with 21 points in, again, under 10 minutes of action. Kuminga around the screen. He hits another three, and the lead sits at 8 for the Warriors. We'll see if the Kings can go on a run here over these next couple of minutes. Murray inside. Too easy for dominating. Adem Bona's got to get back there defensively. He was, for lack of a better term, being lazy there. Murray is blocked by Adem Bona. That's how you respond. Springer takes it himself all the way with the slam. Jabari Springer giving the Warriors high-energy minutes off the bench tonight. No surprise, as it's an 8-point game. Murray around the screen. Big-time shot for the Kings. They needed that one badly. 92-97. Here is Salis. Gets the screen from Bona. Lets it fly from the top of the key. Antoine Salis has 10 here in the second half. 192, 4.5 to go. Murray heaves it up at the end of the shot clock, and it's no good. Bona with the rebound. Springer out to Salis. Another three, another make! Antoine Salis all of a sudden will not miss. We're certainly hoping for more consistency than we've got from him today, but he's been great here in the second half. Another miss by DeJounte Murray as Ayton's in pain. 5-on-4. Bona's going to be wide open, and Bona's just going to be modest and go for the layup. DeAndre Ayton, though, injured. It looks like something with his upper body. Might be his face, maybe his chest. I'm not sure, but now the Kings have lost their 2 starting front court members. That is not good news for them. Kuminga has it out to Brandon Ingram. Long 2 is good. B.I. now with 10. Has not been his night, but it has not needed to be his night. It's a 13-point game late in the fourth. Loggins-Burrell no good. His first miss from the field all night long. Murray out to Carter, open three is good. The Kings have not been hitting their open shots in the fourth. They finally get one to go down. 10-point game. Murphy, Carter again. Bang! Okay, we might have ourselves a ball game, folks. 107-100. Stokes has it. He's going to send it to Loggins-Burrell. Brandon Ingram out of the game right now. These guys are playing better than him. And as I said, I'm going to reward guys playing well. Off the make by Stokes, who is 25. Here's Gordon for 3. That one is good. The Kings still will not go away. 6-point game. Stokes swings it out for Salis. 6 on the shot clock. Kuminga on the drive. Layup is good. Jonathan Kuminga, 21, 5, and 5, doing a little bit of everything. That's all she wrote. The Warriors start season number 4 with a record of 1-0. As we defeat the Kings 111-104 with an impressive second half, outscoring them 55-44. We outscored them by 11 in the third, and we were even in the fourth. Really impressive stretch at the end of the third quarter. That's ultimately what won us this game. Very balanced approach in the second half. Salis with 13 after the break. Kuminga with 11. Nobody else had more than 10. And nobody played more than 25 minutes. As I said, nobody's going to play big minutes. We're going to make a lot of switches as the game goes along. 25 points for Stokes. He had a really good night on both ends of the floor. Kuminga 21, 5 and 5 on good shooting. Salis did not shoot it overly well in the first half, but was a lot better in the second half. 6 for 7 for Loggins-Burl, who had 15, 10 and 5. The one problem is that we shot horribly at the line, 7 of 13. Murray had 25 on bad shooting. Colson had 21 on great shooting in just 9 minutes. Gordon was not overly efficient either. The Kings ran things through their guards, but it should have been less Murray and less Gordon, and more of Colson and Carter. They were the two most efficient scorers for the Kings in this game. So DeAndre Ayton's injury is not that serious. Bruised rib. He might miss this next game, which is against us, so I guess it kind of works out in our favor. But Markkanen's going to be out for a little while, which is unfortunate. There's a few teams I kind of want to play against upcoming. Portland's going to be fun. Charlotte's going to be fun, but we have them again on the schedule pretty soon. We don't play the Bucks until late March, and I want to get revenge on Giannis. By the time we get to late March, I'm not going to be picking games based on who I want to play, but more so which games are going to be important for a potential playoff run if we're good enough. So for the Giannis storyline, I figured we have to play the Bucks this year, so we're going to play against them. And apparently they want Jonathan Kuminga, and they're going to offer us Tijan Salon. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. Sadiq Bey, severe right ankle sprain, out 6 to 8 weeks. That is not good news. We're going to give his minutes to Keone Kaleo, not Klay Thompson, not Outeridge. Kaleo's been with our team since last year. I like his upside, and I want to get him more opportunities. The Thunder want Jonathan Kuminga. At least they're offering as a good player with Case and Wallace. But we already have Case and Wallace light with Kajai Stokes. My main comparison for Stokes has been Drew Holiday, but I think there's a lot of Case and Wallace in his game as well. Brandon Ingram for Kyle Kuzma in this swap best Sixers-Wizards pick. An interesting idea if we want to go full rebuild, but I don't really see why Washington would do that. It's not like Kuzma's contract is that bad, and Kuzma's true shooting percentage so far this year starts with the number 7. So we ended up going 2 and 5 in the games we simulated, which is not great. Really close loss here against Portland. Jordan Hawkins led the way. The two Brawl brothers also with over 20. Ingram at 31. Kuminga had 30, but most games we have not had very high scorers. There's been a lot of balance with this team. Maybe too much. Against the Kings, 15, 15, 15, and 14. Against the Hornets, our 3 leading scorers had 16, along with 15, 14, 13, and 12. Against the Rockets, Loggins-Burl had 20. We had 2 guys with 16. Against Atlanta, D'Lo led with 17. We had 2 guys with 16 and 2 guys with 15. So the biggest takeaway from this team is that there is not a number 1 option right now. It has been very balanced. It has been very much everybody gets their shots up. We have, I think, 7 or 8 guys in the double figures. Everybody who gets minutes is putting up a reasonable amount of points, but we don't have that go-to guy. And if we want to be a team that's taken serious, we need that go-to guy, like Giannis, who has not played very well with the Bucks this year. Jaden Ivey also has not been all that good, but the Bucks are having a pretty solid season because of Paul George, who leads the team in scoring a little over 21 a game on good shooting splits. So again, we're going to make some more switches with the rotation. Loggins-Burl's going to start in this game. I think he's the best matchup for Jaden Ivey. Zach Edey's going to get the start as well. I kind of want to get him some more minutes with the ones. So that brings us into Milwaukee. We're looking for revenge against Giannis Antetokounmpo, who blue-balled us in free agency. We thought we were going to get him until we didn't. 20th in the power rankings. Here are some of the best teams in the league. Who is in 5th? Why are the Bulls 6 and 1? That's not good because we had their draft pick. I thought the Bulls were going to win like 6 games all year. Not 6 and 1. I've been banking on that pick being good. We might end up with a good pick this year, but at this rate, it's going to be our own, which is rather unfortunate. Hopefully the Bulls start losing, and then more importantly, hopefully we start winning. Although 3 and 5 isn't that bad. And to be fair, we've had a really hard schedule so far. The schedule's going to get a lot easier into November. We definitely have had a brutal stretch. We played against some strong teams, such as Milwaukee. As Zach Edey wins the tip, not a major surprise, and we are underway. First game without Adembona or Kajai Stokes in the starting lineup. They will play with the twos, but again, if they play well, they'll get a regular amount of minutes. Ingram swings it out for Roman Loggins. Burrell who hits the three. Roman's averaging around 14 a night, but his efficiency's been really impressive. He has a true shooting percentage above 70. As right as I'm gassing him up, he does not hustle back on defense, and Jaden Ivey makes him pay. Ivey was an MVP candidate last year with the Bucks, but he has looked a lot more like his Detroit version of himself as Kuminga hits the jumper. Maybe should have been a foul there. Ivey didn't really give him a spot to land. Loggins' Burrell three is off the mark. Kuminga with the rebound out to Brandon Ingram. His three is good at the top of the key. Good job there by Jonathan Kuminga grabbing the board over Ivey and getting the assist. Loggins' Burrell on the drive. He's blocked at the rim. Giannis Antetokounmpo with the stuff. Ivey pull-up three is good. He's got the first 5 for Milwaukee. Now it's 8-7. Here is Giannis with it. Brings it up himself. Paul is tipped into the hands of Jakob Poeltl. He's got Kobe White, acquired last year at the deadline, out to Paul George. His three is good, also acquired at the deadline last year. George declined his player option because he wanted to sign back with Milwaukee for less money. Helped them build a championship roster by being able to re-sign Giannis and Ivey. Off the miss, Giannis, and one! Kuminga with the foul, and off the made free throw by Giannis, Milwaukee's on an 11-0 run. Our big lead from early in this game has decimated. We've got to go on a nice little run of our own. There's Kajai Stokes quickly in the game off the bench as Jonathan Kuminga sits at 2 fouls. Then Stokes hits the three. Here is Jaden Ivey. Gets it over to Kobe White. His triple is good. And the Bucks say, what you can do, we can do better. 18-11 now. Here is Antoine Salis looking to get around the screen from Bona. Salis swings it in the corner. Brandon Ingram triple is good. Warriors are shooting the three ball well tonight, if nothing else. 20-16 now. Here is Ivey. Nearly loses it. On the drive. Layup is no good. Nice defense by Bona, but he doesn't get the rebound. How did Ivey get that back? Out to George. His three, no good. Nice closeout there by Adembona. And here comes the Warriors. Stokes hands it off. Salis with the layup. Giannis tries to draw the charge. Salis does a good job of getting around the charge and getting the 2 points. 20-18. Giannis on Ingram, and he's blocked! Brandon Ingram with the denial. Giannis was getting cute. Here comes Golden State on the other end. Salis from deep. No good. Ball is tipped into the hands of Adembona, and the Warriors will get another chance. Loggins Burrell just 1 of 5 so far. He has not shot the ball well tonight. Salis out to Ingram. Back to Salis. Look at this matchup with Poeltl. Barbecue chicken. Oh, he missed it. Paul George playing good defense there. Some ugly offense these last couple of possessions. Giannis swings it out. George three. No good. Nobody wants to make a shot right now. Here comes Golden State. Salis, pump fake, fools George, and the acrobatic layup is good. I'm surprised Salis went for the fancy shot after missing twice on the last possession, but credit to him. He made it. Knotted up at 20. George throws up a three, and it rattles in. Paul George continuing his excellent season. He's played well early. His game had taken some steps back in Philadelphia, but he's been reborn in Milwaukee, turning back the clock, even as the new oldest player in the league. Nice move by Salis off the pump fake. Mid-ranger is good. 1 point lead. Here is Giannis with it. I don't know why he didn't post up on D'Lo, but I guess if Tijan Salon will be that wide open, they will take that as well. Salon, the former number 6 overall pick, did not really work out in Charlotte for reasons like that. Salis gets the steal for Springer, who jams it home. Good defense by Antoine Salis. Good finish by Jabari, and it is a 2-point game. The Freak brings it up for the Bucks, and that one is poked away and stolen again by Salis. On the other end, Salis lobs it up! Showtime slam for the raging Bona! Antoine Salis is hooping right now. This is everything unlike the Sacramento game in the first half. Heat check, bang! That was a good 3 steps beyond the line, but Salis drains it. He's been the best player on the floor here in the first quarter, and Golden State has not taken him out of the game yet. A.J. Washington responds with a triple of his own. We're knotted up at 29, under a minute to go in the quarter. Oh my goodness, look at this matchup. All the way, all day. Salis matched up with his fellow Frenchman Tijan Salon, and Salis wins the battle. Shot clock unplugged. Will it be D'Angelo Russell with the last shot? You'd think Golden State wants it in the hands of Salis, but he sets a screen, and Russell makes the two. 33-29 off the layup by D'Angelo Russell. Both teams were kind of shaky early on offense in this quarter. Good heave by Washington. He almost made it. But Golden State in particular playing great on offense down the stretch. Salis with 13, 4 dimes, and 2 steals as Edey is denied at the rim by Isaiah Hartenstein. Zach, you're 7-5. What are we doing here? Washington on the other end misses the floater. Got to take advantage of the block. He does not. On the other end, here's Keone Kaleo with it. Second-year pro from Hawaii gets it to D'Lo. And again, that is too easy of a matchup. Nice move to get around Salon as he makes the layup. 35-31, here's Paul George. Hit a pair of triples in the first quarter. Gets another one here over Jonathan Kuminga. And the lead is within 1. Keone Kaleo is a high flyer. When he gets above the rim, he can put on a show, but there he just gets the easy layup. 37-34, here is George. His triple is off the mark. Paul George has taken a lot of shots so far. It feels like Milwaukee is running things through him. On the other end, it's Jonathan Kuminga with a two-handed slam, 39-34 in favor of the Warriors. Paul George brings it up for the Bucks. George looking to get by the screen, gets some space, and drains the three. Paul George is the only guy shooting the ball right now. I mean, I get it's kind of working, but nobody else is taking shots. Here is Kaleo with it. He sends it over to Roman Loggins-Burrell. Rough first quarter for him, but he throws it down on Paul George to start the second. What a play by Roman Loggins-Burrell. 41-37, here is Kajai Stokes with it. Quick three, quick make over Kobe White. And the lead sits at 7. Stokes shooting around 38% from deep this year. I think that's a good rate for him. Off the miss, Zach Edey with the rebound. Loggins-Burrell has it. Looking to drive inside. Layup is good. Even though Paul George is playing well this year, he cannot keep up with the speed that Roman Loggins-Burrell has. I mean, that's a 17-year age difference. Right where Wander Franco likes it. Maybe it's a little too old for him. As Kajai Stokes is in for the slam, he now has 8. 48-39. Warriors offense picking up right where they left off from the end of the first quarter, even with Salis out of the game. Fadeaway is good from deep. It's Jonathan Kuminga, the only player from our Season 1 roster who's still here with Steph Curry gone. 12-point game. Ivy gets it over to Paul George. He makes another triple. PG lighting it up. He's got 11 in the quarter, 19 points overall. The lead back at 9. Screen for Ingram. Mid-ranger is good. Brandon Ingram is the team's leading scorer through 8 games. He's averaging close to 19 a night. Here is Paul George. Why not keep shooting it? And he keeps making them. Paul says, bring your own ball, because he's taking all the shots, and he's not letting the Bucks teammates get it back. Here's Jabari Springer with the slam. 11-point lead for Golden State. Giannis with a nice move. Layup no good. Giannis continues a pretty underwhelming first half and an underwhelming season overall. Stokes, floater. That one is good. Love seeing the bag work there by Stokes, who probably would have gotten the rebound had he missed it. Jaden Ivey swings it over to Kobe White. He's matched up with Stokes. Looking to get around the screen. White for 3. That one is good. The lead is back within 10. 58-48. Loggins-Burrell with it on Ivey. Layup is no good. Nice defense by Milwaukee. Giannis gets it over to Paul George with 3 to go in the quarter. George swings it. Ivey. Layup is good. The most impressive thing about that possession is that Paul George actually passed the ball. I don't believe it. Loggins-Burrell has it stolen by Giannis. Here comes the Bucks. Antetokounmpo in the corner. Kobe White. 3 is good. 8-0 run for the Bucks. The lead was at 13. Now it's at 6. This Golden State just made a singular 3 throw. Giannis on the drive. Layup is good. Milwaukee really starting to click. It's taken a little bit, but they have arrived. Kuminga around the screen looking to end the drought. His triple is good. He has 11 for the Warriors. 62-57. White gets it over to Paul George, matched up with Loggins-Burrell. George, too easy. Loggins-Burrell was draped over him like a blanket, and it didn't matter. Paul George, 24 points on under 50% shooting from the field. Azad Mbona connects on the lob from Antoine Salis. These two connecting once more, and the Warriors find themselves up 5. Late in the first half, Loggins-Burrell with it. Looks to drive and he's trapped. Russell, step back at the buzzer. It's good! D'Angelo Russell for 3. That'll wrap up the first half. The shot does count. It will go through. 67-59. Warriors up by 8 despite a big first half from Paul George. 24-5-3. He is 8 for 17 from the field and 6 for 13 from 3. That is a full game's worth of shots in just one half. Meanwhile, for the Warriors, Salis did not score in the second. I don't even think he took a shot in the second. Still leads the team with 13. Kuminga and Stokes with 11. Loggins-Burrell with 7, but on 11 shot attempts. Off the miss by Jaden Ivey. Kuminga, he finds his way inside. Strong first half from Jonathan Kuminga. Went 4 for 6 for the field. Hit a couple of threes. That one is no good for Loggins-Burrell. Coming back down to earth tonight. His true shooting percentage is going to take a major hit. Inside, here is Jakob Poeltl with the slam, and the lead is within 8, 69-61. Salis looks to get by Edey. Mid-range jumper, no good. Edey with the offensive rebound and the putback. They cannot tame the big fella. Edey on the board for the first time tonight, 71-61. Here is Giannis with it. 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting in the first half. They really need him to get going alongside Paul George, who's really the only reason why the Bucks are in this game. Salis for 3, no good. Nice defense by Milwaukee. Giannis with the rebound. Nobody in front of him. Swings it out. Ivey. Triple is good. They need Jaden Ivey to get going as well. He had the first 5 points of the game, but has only scored 5 since then, including that 3. Salis wide open. Back on the board for the first time since the first. We need him to be more aggressive and assertive like he was early. Edey with the block on Giannis. Here comes the Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga. Nice pass. Loggins-Burrell. Euro step. Layup is good. Nice play there by Loggins-Burrell. I don't know why he didn't dunk it, but that works too. 8-point game. Deep 3 is good for Kajai Stokes. And the lead is back at 11. Good response after a shaky end of the first half. Paul George for 3, no good. Nobody is inside to grab the rebound. And so Giannis will take clean advantage. 79-70. Here is Stokes. He's got Ingram. Layup is no good. Gets his own miss. His first miss of the game. Layup, count it, and a foul. And 1 for Brandon Ingram. Jaden Ivey is called for it. 10-6-4 for BI with only 1 miss from the field tonight. He's been very good. Giannis guarded by Adem Bona. Takes it all the way with the poster. Great slam by Giannis. He's played quite well here in the third. Keone Kaleo with it. He's got a couple of assists tonight, but he turns that one over. On the other end, Kobe White, he has not missed. He swings it over to George! Looking like his Indiana Pacers self. Are we sure Paul George is 37, or is he actually 23? Here's Springer with the throwdown. Having another nice game. 6 points, 7 boards. 10-point lead. Ivey trapped inside. Somebody's got to be open, though. It's Paul George, maybe not the guy we want to leave with space, as he hits another 3. 86-77. Giannis out to George. Why not let it fly? He misses. But Giannis gets the tip in. 7-point game. Bucks playing well over the last few. Stokes looks to get by the screen on the drive. That shot is blocked by Giannis. On the other end, A.J. Washington. Layup is good. Lead within 5. The Bucks clawing back in this game. They're making a real dent on this lead as D'Angelo Russell ends the drought, makes the layup. Warriors been inconsistent, though, in the third. We've got to have a steady few minutes to wrap up this quarter and not let Salis get sauced by Paul George. 88-83. Here is D'Angelo Russell. Gets it over to Kuminga. Look at this mismatch. Kuminga takes it all the way on Washington. He's got 15. 90-83. Bona gets it over to Antoine Salis. Looking for the screen from Bona. Salis, contested corner 3 is good. Colby Jones was in his face, but it doesn't matter. 10-point game. Salis with a team-high 19. George all the way, no good. Loggins-Burrell with the rebound. Here comes Golden State. Loggins-Burrell with the slam! Nothing Colby Jones could have done there. He cannot get up to Loggins-Burrell's level. 95-83. Warriors back up by a dozen. George pulls from 30 and 1! A potential 4-point play for Paul George, who's getting close to 40 on the night. Loggins-Burrell, who fouled George on the 3. Number 1 rule of defense, don't foul this shooter. The number 1 rule of offense is don't miss your layups. Colby Jones on the other end, he makes his layup. Weren't we up by 12 like 30 seconds ago? Now we're up by 5. Jones gets it for George. Heat check. Bang! 38 points tonight for Paul George. 14 have come in the third on 3 of 7 shooting from deep. Salis with a nice layup. That was good defense, but just better offense. 4-point game late in the third. Obviously, Paul George is the one who's going to take the shot. George inside at the buzzer. It's good! 40 ball Paul. 40 points for Paul George tonight on 29 shot attempts. Boy, that is a lot. But the guy's making them. He's got 40 points with another quarter to go. 97-95. Kobe White for the lead. The Bucks, who were down by as many as 13 just minutes ago, are now up by 1. 98-97. Kuminga around the screen, looks to get by Tijan Solon, makes the layup, and the Milwaukee lead is short-lived. 17 points for Jonathan Kuminga. Here's Kobe White now with some shake, some bake, and the make. Kobe White drills the triple. He continues his ultra-efficient game. 6 of 6 from the field as Stokes powers it home. Kajai Stokes with another impressive game tonight coming off the bench. He's got 18. All knotted up at 101. Here is Jaden Ivey with it from Milwaukee. Ivey has it poked away and stolen. Nothing but open room. Mama! There goes that man. Antoine Salis. He's scoring the ball efficiently, but he's playing great defense today. That's the biggest thing I've really noticed from him. Off the missed 3. Kuminga gets by Salon and is in for the layup. 19 for Kuminga. The Bucks are going to call time. Good response here by Golden State after a shaky start to the fourth. 107-105. Jaden Ivey on the drive. Layup, counted, and a foul. The 3 throw would put the Bucks ahead. 108-107. Salis has it. He gets it over to Loggins-Burrell. On the drive, he's doubled. Ingram, deep 3 is good. Brandon Ingram from beyond the arc. 110-108. Here's Kobe White with it. White is trapped. He gets it for Pirtle with nobody in front of him. The layup is good. Now we're tied at 110. Clock continuing to tick with 5:44 to go. Salis looks to get around the screen from Ingram. Mid-range jumper on the move is good. 25 points for Antoine Salis. I believe that's a season high. 1-point lead. Loggins-Burrell with it. Guarded by George. Sends it to Stokes. Back to Rolog. Loggins-Burrell gets it back to Stokes. A little two-man game, but it ends with a snuff. Jakob Poeltl with the block on Kajai Stokes. Here is Kobe White with it. Guarded by Salis. 112-111 halfway through the fourth. Paul George. 40-ball Paul. Mid-ranger is good for the lead. 113-112. Paul George is fired up. Loggins-Burrell matched up with Giannis. He swings it to Springer. Out to Salis. Quick 3. No good. Loggins-Burrell soars in for the rebound. Misses the layup. Springer the rebound. Will third time be the charm? It will not. They won't get a third shot. Giannis has the steal. Giannis on the other end makes the layup, falling forwards. He's got 21 points, and the Warriors are going to call time, getting ready for a mass substitution. It is a 3-point Bucks lead. D'Angelo Russell with it, has Pirtle. That is an easy matchup. He exploits it, makes the layup, and we are within 1. D'Lo's got 11. 115-114. Giannis Antetokounmpo makes the layup. Warriors are going to call another timeout. Everybody trying to catch their breath. You would think that's not an issue for us because we're so young in our rotation. We have guys switching in super quickly. Brandon Ingram with Kobe White. Ingram posts up. Layup is good. That's 16 points now for Brandon Ingram. And the lead is back within 1. Under 2.5 to go. Warriors looking for the lead. Kuminga on the drive. He's doubled. Ingram for the lead. It's good! Brandon Ingram from beyond the arc. 119-117. Golden State up by 2. Ivey behind the back. White. It's good! Kobe White throws it up. He's 7 of 7 from the field. 121-19. Giannis on Kuminga. Giannis. That one is good, showing the Warriors what they're missing by not signing him, even though it was his choice and not ours. Off the miss by Kuminga. Giannis has it with under 1.5 minutes to go. Giannis pushes off. Layup is good. And it's a 5-point lead for the Milwaukee Bucks. We have to score here. There's no choice. Loggins-Burl around the screen, takes it himself to the cup. 15 for Rolog. 124-121. The lead is within 3. Now the Warriors looking for a stop. Ivy and 1. You've got to get back there quicker. I don't know what Roman was doing. He's one of the highest motor guys on the team, but that's twice in this game where he's been caught lacking. Salis in the corner. He's got 25. We could use a big make from him. Open 3. It's good. 28 for Antoine Salis. 126-124. Grab your popcorn, folks. This is where moments are made of. Giannis in for the layup. It's a 4-point lead for the Bucks. Golden State looking to cut the lead within 1 possession again. Salis on the drive. He's trapped. Bona out to Loggins-Burl. Thought about the shot, won't take. He sends it over to Ingram. Back to Salis. Quick ball movement here by the Warriors. Without having a number 1 option, we're not really sure who's taking these shots. Salis to Ingram. Open 3. It's good! Brandon Ingram makes it a 1-point game. Giannis to Ivy over to Kobe White, who is fouled by Roman Loggins-Burl. Kobe White has been automatic tonight. Literally has not missed a shot from the field, has not missed a shot from the line. Every time Kobe White has shot the basketball, it's gone in. First one is good. Second one is also good. Golden State calls their last timeout, and that poses the question of, do you go for the 3, try to tie the game, or do you go for a quick 2, foul, and hope they miss? With 21.7 seconds left, I think there is enough time to go for the 2 if we want it, but if we do go that route, we're going to have to get the 2 off pretty quickly. If we don't get an open shot inside the arc within 5 or 6 seconds, at that point, we're probably best suited to try to hold for the 3. We want to space the floor as much as possible, give everybody room, and we're going with our 5 best scorers. Stokes, Loggins-Burl, Salis, Ingram, and Kuminga. I'm a little bit worried about the glass, but we're focused on getting 1 shot this possession and hoping it goes in. That's why I trust these 5. Salis, pump fake, drives inside, good defense by Ivy. That was our chance to get the 2, and I don't think we're going to get it. Kuminga takes the 3, and it's no good. So he took the 3 pretty early within the clock. I can't fully blame him. He was open, but it's no good. Giannis with the rebound, and he will shoot 3 throws. Not the guy the Bucks want at the line, but we'll see if he can sink them. First one is good. That is a huge make because it brings the lead within 4. Second one for Giannis is no good. Warriors are going to have to get this ball out quick with under 7 to go. Loggins-Burl to Salis. Long 2. No good. Giannis the rebound. He is fouled by Stokes, but there's only 0.8 of a second left on the clock. That's not going to give us enough time to do anything. So it looks like the Bucks will escape with a victory. Oh, now he's going to miss his free throws. It feels like both of these 2 games we played today in some ways were very similar. The 2 offenses were better in this matchup than the first one with Sacramento. But the team with the lead at halftime ended up losing the game, and that was because the other team made a huge run at the end of the 3rd quarter. The final few minutes of the 3rd proved to be the most pivotal of both of these games today. Worked out for us against the Kings, but not so much against Milwaukee. We dropped this one 131-127, high-scoring game, both offenses really producing. 28 for Salis. He was very solid in this one, a little inconsistent after the first quarter, but overall, probably his best game of the year. Brandon Ingram was super efficient. He had 22, 6, and 4. Kuminga had 19. Stokes with 18. Loggins-Burl, 15 points on 6 of 19 from the field. 1 for 7 from deep. His true shooting percentage went down by 7. Still, 65 is really good. But yeah, it took a pretty big hit today. 42 points for Paul George. He only had 2 in the 4th. 9 of 22 from deep. That is a lot. Giannis with 31, 10, and 5. Kobe White, oh my God, look at those shooting numbers. 7 of 7 from the field, 6 of 6 from 3, and 6 of 6 from the line. He did not miss. He shot the ball 13 times, and he made it 13 times. I mean, that is as efficient as it gets as a scorer. So we've made it through the hard portion of the schedule with a record of 3 and 6. Luckily, things are about to get a lot easier. So we have OKC at the end of the month, but otherwise, the month of November is not that hard. The Wizards, the Suns, the Cavs, the Bulls twice. Granted, the Bulls are 6 and 1. The Sixers, the Suns again, the Heat, The Pelicans, those are all pretty shaky teams. We get offered this trade from Dallas. They want Antoine Salis. I don't think I'm particularly interested in Dalen Terry. Saddiq Bey is healthy. That is good news. In the 3 games that we ended up simulating, we ended up going 2-1. Could have been worse. Would have been nice to beat the Suns. We lost by 1. But we blew out Cleveland by nearly 40. Salis did not shoot the 3-ball well. A lot of guys didn't shoot the 3-ball well. Stokes only went 3 for 10, but Stokes had played really well over the last couple of weeks, so it's fine. That brings us up to a couple games against the Bulls, who are continuing to play well with our pick. We're 5-7 now. We're tied for the 10th seed in the conference, and we have a positive point differential. So even though we are out of the playoffs right now, that does give me some optimism. When we win, we're winning big. When we're losing close. And with, an easy schedule here the rest of the way in November, I'm hoping by the end of the month, we can be over 500 and potentially have ourselves around 6th place or so. That'll wrap up the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.